Take2 TV. Galvanizing, lyrical, soulful, captivating, entertaining. Take2 TV. Friday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern.
Good afternoon, Take2 TV. I am so excited. Notice I said afternoon because I am actually on location today. I took the day off. I've been hearing so much about this particular store. I later found out 2 locations, Happy Cat, K-A-T. And I just so happened to have stopped past the location in Concord.
Yes.
I am so excited to be here.
Thank you for coming.
So, I want you to introduce yourself to our audience. Just talk a little bit about who you are. I know you have a business partner. Just a little bit to sort of set the tone for some of the later discussions we're going to have here at Happy Cat.
Okay. Well, my name is Kathy Fogel, and I'm originally from Bridgeport, Connecticut, and I moved to Charlotte in 1992. So my background is actually as a hairstylist. So I've been a hairstylist for 30 years, and shortly, it's been about 14 years, I started doing candles as just a hobby, just pouring jar candles. And over the last few years, about 7 years exactly, it took me about that long to actually develop my dessert candles. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I do have a partner, my friend Brandon. He is actually a part of Happy Cat Candles and Gifts with me.
Okay.
So he's like, he stays kind of quiet in the background.
You do that. I
into
got
everything
this over here. I got
up front. But I have a passion too for people who make handmade things, because I do as well. So that's kind of where this concept grew from. It's just my name has always been Happy Cat Candles and Gifts, so I figured why not incorporate other gifts.
The concept at Happy Cat just blows my mind, because I have been an entrepreneur for many years. Also working my full-time job. I always said we need to have a sidecar, multiple streams of income. But the great thing about Happy Cat, and we're going to show you around a little bit later, is it is such a great place. If you're an entrepreneur, if you make handmade things, you can showcase them here in this great location, either in Concord or, I'm assuming, in North Lake. And I'm telling you, it is such a great concept. I would assume that there is some, or maybe I should ask you, not assume.
Okay.
If I'm an entrepreneur and I have a handmade product, does it have to be handmade to qualify? What are some of the things that I have to consider to be able to have my product here at Happy Cat?
Okay, well, yeah, one of the things is I really try to stick to the handmade product, whether it's handmade or even intellectual product. Whether it's a book, I have some people who develop recipes, things like that. So as long as it's their original idea and their concept, they're actually the creator of it, then that would be the first thing that we really take a look at.
And I love that. If they have to make it, it has to represent part of them.
Right.
Is that what you're saying?
Right, and it does, because I say that they're putting a piece of their heart on the show. And usually when people love doing something, a lot of times they'll do it for free. And a lot of these folks I've actually met, and we've become friends over the last few years just by seeing them out and about, who really work hard. They're going to set up tables and break down tables, and some days they might have great sales, some days they might not. But just to be able to bring them into a mall atmosphere has been incredible, because the average person, especially like you said, it's a side hustle. We just don't have the opportunity to go into a mall to really get in front of that many people at once. So other than that, being handcrafted, the other thing I look for is their packaging. Is it put together well? Is it something that is going to be marketable? And a lot of folks in here, when you walk around the store and you look at the jewelry and you look how stuff is put together, they're serious about their business, the same way that I was. I was doing it because I loved it, but I also wanted to build a business. And it's a lot of people's dreams to take it from side hustle to let it
Yes.
replace their income, and let
Yes.
this be the only thing they do.
Yes, absolutely. You know, I think something that really jumped out at me is it represents their work. And where else can you go? You know, most of us, I'll say me, I'll speak for myself, I don't know that I could independently afford a retail space
Right.
in a mall.
Right.
You know, with my product, at least not as it is my sidecar and I'm building my
Right.
business. And, you know, you were talking about people folding up tables and packing up items. You didn't start in a store.
No.
Where did you start?
I started actually going around doing different events. I officially launched my business, like I said, I've been doing candles for 14 years, but I officially launched my business. I stepped out on faith right there around the holidays in 2016. So this is only coming up on our 2nd year anniversary. So it literally has been a faith walk, you know, to get started and just kind of jump out.
Yeah.
But yeah, and it is difficult to get into a mall, and it's kind of funny how it happened. I actually opened a small gift shop over in the Noda district at the Noda at 28 Creative Art Studio.
Yeah.
So we started there December of 2016. That was our first retail location.
Okay.
Prior to that, for a full year, all I did was every Saturday, every Sunday, out somewhere, setting up a table, working
Yeah.
an event, you know, vending over here, vending over there. But when I opened up that location, you know, it was fairly small, and it was just a handful of us, you know, kind of starting in that small little room together. And then I applied for a contest at Northlake called the Battle of the Pop-Ups. And that was just earlier this year, I guess around February or so. I filled out the form, and honestly forgot about it. And then they called me, and then they took me through an interview process or what have you. And then they announced in May that I had won the Battle of the end of April, they announced that I had won the Battle of the Pop-Up.
This
So
April 2017?
yeah, just to be, so
Wow.
we just opened in Northlake on June 1st
Wow.
of this year.
That is,
Yeah, and straight from there, so many other doors have opened. You know, different malls have come in to inquire about us, and that's actually how we ended up in Norfolk Mills. They came over and said, "Hey, we love your gift shop. You know, would you come and bring that here too?" Because it is so different, and it's just been phenomenal. Northlake really did open the door,
Wow.
you know, for us to come into a mall atmosphere, and then from there, you know, now we're still learning because it is, you know, retail. It is different because we are handmade. So now vendors are like, oh, they have to go, you know, they're pouring, they're doing more stuff, they're constantly doing their inventory,
Yes.
you know, making sure that stuff
Yes.
is here for people to come get it. Same thing with me, you know, those candles don't pour themselves. You know, so we come in, we do the work, we set up, and yeah, that's
outstanding.
it. But it's fun.
You know, the thing that also strikes me looking around is the excellence, that's the word that comes to mind, by which the store is established and maintained. It represents, you know, what you feel about what it is you do, and it also gives a platform to other like-minded individuals to showcase their items. And I'm blown away by so many things, because one of the things that we can really, really learn in this conversation is trusting our faith, right? So that's one thing I want to focus on. But before I move on, I want to talk a little bit about focusing and listening in your faith. So was that easy? How did you kind of go from I want to step out, you know, this kind of thing that we do? How did that work for you to get to where you are?
Oh my gosh, you know what? That's just one of those things where anybody who knows me will say a lot of times, I just go for it. I've just learned over the years. And after you step out on faith so many times, it's just, it becomes ingrained in you. And, you know, of course there's always like a little bit of hesitation, there's always a little bit of fear.
Yeah.
But when that comes, I just have to kind of sit still for a minute, and then I just have to trust it. I'm like, okay, Lord, you know, you're opening these doors, you gave it to me then. I'm gonna go.
Yes.
Now don't let me fall flat on my face now, because I'm stepping out.
I'm stepping and I'm trusting. I'm stepping, I'm trusting. And let me just tell you, Take2 family, it is, the Lord really showed up in this place. You know, in my book, Take2 Steps to Rejoining Your Life, I talk about people, I call them the fitna do's. So I'm fitting to do this, or I'm getting ready to do that. And you see them 3 to 5 years later, and they're still trusting the Lord and all of that. Faith without works. And you just have to step out.
That's it.
And trust.
Yeah.
Right?
That's it.
And it was a little bit uncomfortable, I'm sure, at first.
Oh, of course, it is. And you know, that's one of the things. And my favorite scripture is, you know, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And my thing is, we hear that over and over and over again, and people will say it, you know, and it becomes this cute little saying. But can you really do anything? Do you really trust that He would, you know, help you out? And when I say that, I mean that, because I was still working. I was still a stylist, so I was working my full-time job. And at night when I got finished, I went and I poured candles. And after that, you know, I would stay up all night sometimes and then do hair again. And then, but I mean, it's just one of those things. It's like you have to sacrifice a lot in the beginning, and then eventually, you know, you can fade out. And that's anybody who's trying to transition from working a full-time job to going full-time on their own in their own business. You're going to be uncomfortable for a while. You're going to have to stay up some late nights and, you know, skip some functions with friends. And, you know, you're going to have to hold out. There was a time when I did not go shopping to go buy clothes or handbags or anything like that, because I needed that money to invest in my dream, you know, to invest in products that I needed and supplies I needed.
That is such a mouthful right there. That is such a mouthful. That's a show all by itself. Because, you know, I'm sure you've met people like this. They see where you are, and they want that. But they don't necessarily, not everybody can go through what it takes to get there. Because it's not comfortable. It's late nights, it's sacrifice, it's believing when you can't even see it.
That's
right? And really, really trusting and believing that it will be so. And so I'm assuming that a lot of the entrepreneurs that you have featured at the 2 locations of Happy Cat are like-minded.
They are.
Believing in their grind.
They are.
Yeah, I respect the grind. I really respect the grind.
Yeah, they are, and that's one of the things, especially my original team that I you know, met up with. I actually, when I was out at the different events, I would pick up their business cards, you know, because I'm like, okay, this person right here is serious. Okay, their packaging is on point. Okay, this one right here, oh yeah, her stuff is gonna do, you know, amazing.
Yes.
And then eventually the word spread, and then a couple of people started referring other folks to me who they saw out there on their grind doing their thing, who felt like they would be a good fit. And I have to say, you know, I've really been blessed to have like an amazing team of people, you know, come in and who just do a phenomenal job with their product.
Absolutely, absolutely. I am excited. I'm telling you, you have unpacked so many great tips. I'm just going to give you one before we're going to start to walk around the store. But one thing I heard you say is when you are out and about and you were making decisions on who you felt you would contact to be a part of the store. So you caught people that were on their grind, working and investing in themselves. All right? Well, I want to take you around the store, so just hold on. We're going to pick right back up. I'm telling you, we're right where I want to be in the store. The smelly, smell good, desserts, food, great sound, the great smelling candles. I just want you to tell me now. This is Happy Cat candles. Tell us all about them. I'm telling you, if only we had smell-o-vision.
Well, Happy Cat candles actually started with a jar candle. It started as simple as a jar. That's it. And this is lemon pound cake.
Lemon pound cake. It smells just like grandma's lemon pound cake.
And my thing is, I'm just drawn to.
So if I light it, will
it's
my
going to smell
house
like that.
Smell
Yes, it's going to smell just like that. and I'm actually drawn to foodie fragrances. So, like I said, when I started making the candles, at one point on the holidays, I would just pour candles in a ceramic and tie a ribbon around it. And I was going to the flea market, and people were just buying them just flat candles.
Beautiful gifts.
So so over the years, I've just tried to figure out how I can make them look like the actual desserts. Now, some of my top sellers, top seller, especially this time of year, and my table is kind of going through a transition because I'm going to fall right now, but this is actually one of my top selling items during the fall and holiday season.
This is apple cobbler,
and it's actually in the skillet.
So I can like this.
Yeah, you can like that.
And my house is going to smell like apple cobbler.
Like that. And some people even sit it just on their stove, so while they're cooking or making something else, the fragrance will still be released just from the heat. So you can do that.
Amazing.
And when it's
Put it on the stove, the fragrance.
Yeah, it'll just, because some people go, oh, it's too pretty to burn. I'm like, well, just sit it on the stove. And when it gets hot, it'll still,
because you can buy another,
I make them all the time.
All right.
So this year, I've actually taken that too, and I started doing the little apple cobbler casseroles. So and it still smells, really good. That one just doesn't have a little ice cream scoop on it.
Great gift idea.
Oh yes, they're perfect.
I'm the
for the
person
holidays.
that never knows what I want to give someone. This is a great story. I see so many things that people come to my mind. They need this, they should have that, but okay.
Yeah, I also bring out the pound cakes and things like that. This is actually a pumpkin bread.
Pumpkin bread.
For the holidays. You can smell it through there. Actually smell it. So pumpkin bread, and
I'm the official smell tester.
Yeah,
it's authentic.
Cinnamon buns. Wow, which are cool for the holidays.
And I love the cinnamon buns.
Yeah, and it smells really good. And then during the holidays, these are during the summer months. These are actually some of my top scents. So like my strawberries and cream.
Oh. This is, I know I'm confusing you because everyone I smell is it. But now, at this moment,
so
strawberries and cream is it.
I don't know, this one might do it. Peaches and cream is another top seller. It's like these
just come in and buy all of them.
Yeah,
there's no point in trying to make a decision because if you're relying on me, just come buy the whole thing. All of these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah. Strawberry cheesecake, which is another top seller. It's just like strawberries and cream, just shaped a little different.
I love the idea of putting the candle on the stove and letting it fragrance the house.
Yeah, just let it fragrance your house. And then for all of my folks who...
so show me something else. Oh, wait.
Well, we
have fast.
These are also my lollipop wax melts. So these pop right off the stick and you sit it on a wax warmer. So, these types of things are for people who don't necessarily like flames. So they pop right out of the cup. They're just little wax melts.
Yeah.
Put them on your wax warmer. So
And you
those are
could
always a lot of fun.
include some of these smaller items in a bigger gift bag.
Right, and then a lot of times I do things like that too. We'll personalize them for like wedding favors or like party favors. Anything that I make really can be made in a miniature size.
Absolutely.
For different occasions. And I also have spa candles too, because everybody is not a foodie group. Everybody doesn't like sweet smelling stuff. Some people like more fresh and clean. So this is one of my top.
I don't mean to cross in front of you. I'm just in a hurry.
Satsuma.
Oh, wow.
And then I have like fresh linen and some
just a nice hot bath, like these candles.
Yes.
They're all set. And I think I see a gift box.
Yes.
That has a candle warmer in it.
This is a small, back here. This is a small gift set. And it just has a small wax warmer and a couple of little wax melts in it. So, we put together little things that people can just pick up.
Yes.
That they can just pick up for gifts.
Outstanding. Now, while I was waiting, I was loving some of this relaxation. This is one of your entrepreneurs.
Yes. This is Organic Beauty.
Okay.
And her products are amazing. She sells a ton of her body butters, oils, and bath bombs. Yeah. Her soaps. She's just about. Her soap is getting kind of low again.
Okay.
But yeah, she does a fabulous job. So she is one of the originals that started with me in Noah
Yes.
as well.
Outstanding, outstanding. I see something that is calling my name.
The
This-
makeup bags.
The makeup bags.
Yeah.
And so if we can go over here and take a look. You know, at first I was thinking Secure the Bag was the one I liked the most.
Oh, really?
And then I thought, you know, Positive Vibes Only was the one I
Yes.
liked. And then Money Bag.
Money Bag.
Money Bag.
That's what I like
Money
this
Bag.
one too.
And then I saw
Mother Hustle.
Mother Hustle.
Yes, and the young lady who does all this, her name is Shayna, and she is super creative, and I love all of her bags. She has another one.
And some
Oh,
interesting mugs. What's
Yeah.
the tea? Sip the tea. All those things. Amazing.
Yes.
I wanted to take a look at, just because I have a 5-month-old granddaughter now, Axel. And my baby is, these dolls are phenomenal. So I just want to show everybody this because, you know, when you have small kids, this is just one of those cuddly things.
Yes.
But I see that there's some other hats and things behind. So tell us just a little bit about this one.
The young lady who creates all these things, her name is Tamia, and she actually crochets, and it's so funny because her work is so beautiful and it's so detailed. She was actually, her daughter was interested in crocheting, and her mom crochets. So her mom was trying to teach her daughter. Her daughter couldn't get it because she's left-handed. So
Okay.
she told her mom, teach me how to do it, and I'll continue to work with her when I go back home. Well, and then all of a sudden, she starts making all of these dolls. She's only been doing this for a year.
Wow.
1 year. And her
Wow.
work is amazing. It is. And the clothes come off. A lot of these, the clothes, you know, are detachable. Amazing. Lipstick, hair, just everything. The detail of the work is incredible.
Now, I don't want to miss an opportunity. If it's all right, I'm a thumbs up or a thumbs down. There's an actual entrepreneur in here.
Actually, we have two.
Okay. So, excuse me. So, Traveling Treats, where everything is homemade. And I heard someone tell me that this is delicious.
It is.
So, tell me just a little bit about your treats, but also what brought you to Happy Cat?
I've been knowing Kathy for a long time.
Relationships.
Yes, and she invited me out to start my adventure. And also, like you said, homemade, I make everything from scratch, including the icing. I've been doing this for a long time. My mom's from Mississippi, so she's been cooking.
Louisiana roots.
Yes, so we've
Okay.
been cooking for a long time. So I just picked it up from there, and I just kept on with it. So,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Well, I just didn't want to miss an opportunity to talk with someone. And did you mention someone else was here as well?
Yeah, we have Randy. She does all the jewelry over here.
Okay. All right.
Divine Designs by Randy. So these are all of her
Handmade?
creations here, all handmade. She makes.
Oh my gosh.
When I say we have the best of the best in
The
here.
best of the best,
Yeah.
Randy.
Yes.
I'm telling you, this is just.
That's one of my signature designs. It's called
That-
Dancing Pearls.
This is just saying.
Yeah.
So just tell me just a little bit. I'm gonna take your card also.
So these are all handmade designs. I started a long time ago. I really just designed it for myself, but everybody loved them so much that I decided to make it a business.
Okay. And you're here supporting Happy Cat, or are you?
So Kathy reached out to me.
Okay.
I think did you see my jewelry online?
Yeah, somebody referred her to
Oh, okay.
me.
There
Okay.
you go.
Yes.
Working in your grind, in excellence. You never know who's gonna see you.
Right.
I will not be able to thank you enough. I got so many nuggets while I'm here at Happy Cat. But more importantly, for those of you that are going to be coming out right away to this beautiful gift shop, thank you so much for having me. It was such a pleasure. And I hope I can get in that circle of people in their grind that we're all partnering together to get to something great, right?
Yes.
All
yes,
right.
Yes.
So if I'm an entrepreneur, if I want to do a book signing, if I want to be considered here at Happy Cat, how do I get more information?
Okay, the best thing for you to do is to email me at Happy Cat Candle Store. So that's Happy Cat with a K. So it's Happy KAT happycandlestore@gmail.com. Again, that's happycandlestore@gmail.com.
Don't forget, every Friday night, don't miss it at Take2 TV, every Friday night, 8 p.m. Eastern on WBND TV or on the WBND TV app. You can also find us at my website, take2now.net. Take2now.net, WBNDTV.com. Look forward to seeing you next Friday night.
Take2 TV. Galvanizing, lyrical, soulful, captivating, entertaining. Take2 TV. Friday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern. 30 minutes of real life, real life, real life. Real life people, real life stories, real life victories. Only on WBNDTV.com, Fire Stick, Roku TV, and Apple TV. Take2 TV.
My protector.